Hi, everyone. I'm Sarah Burke from SiriusXM. I've done a lot of work with Spencer Burton and Dallas Green of City and Color over the years who are about to join me. They've got a video premiere that's going to happen right here as soon as we're done talking. So stick around for that. They did a little collaboration, and it's only fair that they explain how they arrived at the song that you're about to hear. So there we are.
Everything you say now is held accountable.
So, how the heck are you guys? Spencer, you're in St. Catharines, is that right?
Well, I'm close to St. Catharines. I'm a little further down south and in the middle of nowhere.
Okay. And Dal, where are you right now?
I'm in Toronto.
Okay.
Yeah.
And both of you guys are at home right now?
Yes.
Well, I'm at I'm at like down the street from my home at a storage, like a space that I have that I consider a hobby. My hobby space. I'm at my hobby space because there's a bunch of kids running around my house right now, which is what you're supposed to do during a pandemic. So I decided to leave the house. Yeah.
So it's kind of nice that we have you guys both together right now because you played a big role, Dallas, in putting out Spencer's first record on your label, Still Records, one of your first releases. So how did you guys even hook up in the first place when you guys first started working together?
I've known Spencer since he was probably 15, maybe.
Something like that. Pretty close.
You know, like because he grew up in Welland and I grew up in St. Catharines. So like that's 15 minutes away from each other. So the scene in St. Catharines it's actually just an amalgamation of a bunch of small towns around St. Catharines, just because St. Catharines was kind of the bigger city with sort of more places to play. So I met Spang at the Hideaway in St. Catharines, I think, when him and Romano were playing in a band together, and I walked up to them because they were both wearing leather jackets when they were young. And I said, I don't know if you guys are in a band, but you guys look like you should be in a band. And they both went, we are in a band. And I went, good. And that was our first meeting. And that was 20 years ago, something.
So long ago.
Yeah. Did you both have beards like this at that point? I was going to say, you guys both have great beards going right now.
Yes, we were both fully bearded as young men. No, you might have had it. No, you didn't have a beard.
You look stubbly. I was showing off like my sunken cheekbones that have disappeared through the years.
Yeah. So Spang and I've known each other forever, and then our bands toured together, Attack and Black and Alexis on Fire, and then when I started kind of doing City and Color stuff, and it grew beyond just me playing by myself. Actually, Spencer and Dan, the two kids in the leather jackets, were the first like rhythm section I had. Spang played bass. And
Can't play bass.
No,
play bass. No,
he didn't really know how to play bass. And Danny Romano played drums, and I played guitar, and it was a blast. So we've been in and out of each other's lives in the musical sense, like since we were children, So when it was like this whole the label thing I'm doing is really just like just a place for my friends if they want to put their records out, where I don't think they have to worry about. I want a place where people can just do what they want, because that's what I've always done, and I'm lucky that I was able to do that, and it worked. So when Spang, was making this record, and he said, "Do you want to put it out?" Or I don't even remember how it was just like, it was sort of just like a general, quick, like, Spencer Still, and I was like, of course, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Here we are. That was a nice answer. Since this record came out, I have been asked in countless interviews, so how have you and Dallas met? And the first time I answered it went very similarly to what you just said. And then slowly each answer has like snowballed into this crazy story of like fights and wars and battles. And like there was one about an airplane, and there's like something about being lost in a forest. Like it has gone so off track at this point with the answers that I don't think anyone's ever going to want to interview me ever again.
Well, that was only my first time doing it, right? So now that I know that we can, I'll tell the actual story next time, which is insane. Remember the dragon?
Oh man, the last dragon.
Yeah.
So,
especially with Spencer, like, because I've always respected him as a musician since like I said, since he was young, and his first, like the first real band he was in, I think is, one of the great Canadian rock bands, you know, like Attack and Black. If you saw Attack and Black play when they were ripping, like it was. So to me, like it wasn't about, oh, I think you should do this, I think you should do that. When it was just sort of, you know, he was like, I'm going to go make the record in Nashville, and I was like, great, I did that. You know what I mean? Like, so for me, it's like I'm very open to anything Spang wants to talk to me about, but you know, like he's been there through a lot of like my sort of journey as well, like us touring together, touring Europe together, like, do you know what I mean? So it's like I don't need to say much to him, and he doesn't need to ask me much, but if it needs to happen, it's a phone call away, right? That's sort of where I wanted still to be. And if somebody wants my advice, I've got a lot of ideas, but you know,
I think anyway too, it's two people that have known each other long enough that, you know, if like Dallas knows me well enough that if he thought I was not going to do something that he would think was okay, he wouldn't have asked me, or we wouldn't have talked about it in the first place, right? Because it's just, you have a very similar mindset to when it comes to
sounds like a lot of trust. Yeah,
that's it. Like, the cool thing about music and getting able to play it for a living is you get to meet all these people, right? That you would never otherwise get to meet, just because of the nature of what you're doing. And then occasionally you meet a lot of people who just play music, and that's your common bond, right? And then your personalities are completely different, or like you see things a different way, and that's okay. Like Spang and I some of our best friends are maniacs that we're like, okay, you know, like, and we don't think the way they think. We're friends with them, but the way they see music or whatever is totally different than the way. But Spang and I feel like have always sort of just had a very similar kind of, not only do we have the bond of music, but we have a kind of very similar demeanor in a sense too. So I think that's why it makes sense for me to have Spang on still, because it's like, you know, I'm just a guy who likes playing my guitar and singing you know, kind of occasionally being dramatic in my music. And I know that
I love being dramatic.
Oh my God. I was listening to Further actually before we did this just to get you
in
sing.
the Spencer mindset. Yeah.
You know, and I was like, oh my God, Further's such like a good, like should be in like a Over the Top with Sylvester Stallone or something.
Oh, wouldn't that be nice?
And you know, I mean that in a great way. Like,
absolutely. Yeah.
It's just, but that's, you know, that's, I think, where, as far as Spang making a record, it's like, I'm going to hear it and I'm going to go, yeah, that's great. Sounds just like Spang. It's, you know what I mean? It's like, that's my kind of whole 2 cents on that.
Gotcha. So has there been a lot of writing between you guys? What's the story there?
Mm-mm.
None.
No,
not
because
really.
it's like, because again, it's like, I know, like, if you go for my music, if I'm going to write a City and Color song, let's say, I pretty much know exactly what I'm going to want it to be, you know, and I'm going to keep it to myself until I have it at that point. And then I'll show some people who will play on it or whatever. But like, and I feel like Spang's very similar. Like, you're going to sit and you're going to write your songs and you're going to go, this is what I'm trying to say. This is how I want, you know? And again, it's that whole, like, of course, Spang and I could sit, we could write together if we wanted to, but I don't think that time's there yet. We haven't needed it. We don't.
Yeah, I've sat down. I've tried writing with people, and it's a lot of like, oh yeah, oh man, oh yeah, great, oh that's amazing. And then you go home and you're like, that was the worst thing I ever did in my life. I don't want to do that again.
Yeah.
Because it's just, it's like I don't know. Sometimes when I don't think it's all the time, but when I hear about people writing songs together, it's like it's two people coming together, or you know, multiple people coming together to make a song. Whereas I don't personally write songs to make songs. I write songs to get something off my chest, or
from inside.
You know what, too, Sarah? Like, another thing that we both have in common is that we've both been in bands where we're all sort of writing and we're contributing and we're doing that whole thing. And this version of like this for Spang and City and Color for me is that moment where I've got an idea. This is my idea, and it's going this way. Whether it's like, you know, other people could have added to it, made it different, changed it here and there, sure. But I think we both have this, like, this is our outlet to, like Spang said, just say what we're feeling, get something off our chest, and then go to the next thing, you know? I think that's what, you know what I mean, Spang? Like, this is your thing. This is your trying to say this thing, and I don't need to help him write what he's trying to say. I can he can bounce ideas off me if he wants to.
Yeah,
You
that's
know,
great.
but
Yeah. Oh, always there to bounce an idea. But
right.
but yeah, in the grand scheme of things, it's your own personal thing. It's your thing.
When I'm thinking about how maybe like a business phone call would go between you guys, I'm hearing like the farm animals in the background.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, that's great.
Couple of
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the farm animals, and then it's me not knowing how to connect my headphones.
Yeah, it's
What?
just farm animals in Dallas, not like just being.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys are going to play a song together.
Okay, I love this song, and I'd forgotten about the song, to be honest. And then I was watching, what song was it? It was in a show recently. It was used in something. Ozark.
Okay.
It was in an episode of Ozark. And I was like, oh my God, this one. And then I started listening to him again. And for some reason, that song it sounds like Spang to me. Like it sounds, I don't know, like your voice sounded similar, or I just sort of, and I texted him and I was like, we should do this song. And you were like, I love that song.
Yeah.
So it kind of just.
You know what's crazy? You mentioned that to me, like, oh, this sounds like Spang. That's my nickname. That's what.
By the way, yeah,
it sounds like Spang, and I was like, no, because I never think anything.
Yes.
Nothing sounds like me. I'm me, you know. Yeah. And I put it on in the car to show my wife, and she's like, she thought it was me.
It's just like, it was crazy too. Like you just have such a similar kind of, just like the sort of. The way you extend your phrasing and stuff, it was just so like similar, and that's cool too, right? Where, like I'm the same way. Where I think too, Spang, that also comes with, we're not huge fans of ourselves.
Yeah.
So, and because I've interviewed both of you, you are bang on about that. Both of you guys don't really like talking about yourselves.
No. So
yeah.
I would never hear something and go. First of all, I would never hear something that I like and go, oh, that kind of sounds like me. Because I hear me and I go,
yeah, it's like hearing me is like listening to yourself on like an answering machine.
Yes.
Oh my God. Really?
Is that what I sound like?
Yeah. Make the record and never listen to it.
Oh,
try working in radio, guys. Come on.
Oh, I know.
It's not that bad.
I was in a studio yesterday singing, and I had to listen to my voice back, and I was just like,
I'm so sorry.
It's right. It's just awful. Anyways, but so that was it. It was just like, it was so cool that I hadn't heard that song in forever, and then it sort of came back to me, and it was right around when me and Spencer were going to do this thing, and he had heard he'd liked the song, and it just kind of was one of those nice little easy moments.
Yeah.
So before we get into your Dion cover, is there anything we need to know about what you guys are working on, like separately?
I mentioned this before, but I'm working on an album called Only Choruses, and I've got because I got about 45 to 50 different choruses written right now. That's what I've been doing during this lockdown time at home, is just chorus after chorus. I just want to hear the good parts.
I've got a similar affliction going.
Yeah.
I've got just a world of choruses.
Oh, great.
But no, I'm doing the same. I've been making music, because that's thankfully during this very strange time for the world, I can sit and play my guitar, which I'm just very thankful for, and I think I haven't really had that much time to just sit and play my guitar over the last 2 decades, because I've been busy playing my guitar.
Right.
So that's kind of been nice. So I've been just trying to write a lot, and trying to teach myself how to use a computer and record stuff has been a real journey.
You made it into the Zoom. You did great.
Here.
Should see the nightmare chamber I've built for myself, like trying to record my own music. It's just a constant, I'm shutting the laptop every 10 minutes. Like, I can't do this. I don't know how to do this.
Like little tantrums. Yeah.
Yeah. Because technology and math and all that stuff has just never come easily to me. So that's all this stuff. But that's been fun, is trying to actually finally teach myself how to record my own music has been cool.
Good luck with turning your choruses into other things. And I guess we're going to hear a Dion cover right now. So this is Spencer Burton and Dallas Green doing Only You Know. Nice seeing you guys.
You too.
I'm waiting to see it. You know it's only a question of when. But I know that you've been missing heaven, and I know that it's missing. It's only you know where you have been to, and only you know what you have been through. 'Cause there's better things you're gonna get into, and I wanna be there too. I know it ain't easy for you to start to believe again. And when the day comes, don't let yourself be deceived again. 'Cause I know that you've been waiting a long time, that you've been waiting. It's only you know where you have been to, and only you know what you have been through. 'Cause there's better things you're gonna get into, and I wanna be there too. 'Cause I know that you've been waiting a long time, that you've been waiting. It's only you know where you have been to, only you know what you have been through. 'Cause there's better things you're gonna get into, and I